The hard truth is that if you're not growing, you're declining. And so many men find that out after it's too late. When we enter retirement, we are thrust into this whole new world of, sure, there's freedom, there's the ability to do whatever it is you want to do, but we're not used to that. We're used to the career that we had, the job that we had, the community that we had, and all of a sudden now that's behind us. And we have to find a way to make the kind of decisions that make sense so that we can grow. Because if we don't make those decisions, life is going to make the decisions for us, and we're going to find ourselves in a really bad way. I want to talk to you about my friend Lou. Lou is 90 years old, and I met him 2 weeks ago at the golf course. I entered the men's league, and I wanted to meet some more people and learn how to play golf better and, build a community for myself down here in Florida. So I get in the cart with Lou, and I didn't know him at the time, and I felt like he didn't really want to talk to me too much. I don't know what he was thinking, but he wasn't very open. So I just, said, hey, how are you? Got some light conversation. Played the first hole, he shot par, he had good swing, pretty good guy. Second hole, same thing. But then I'm thinking, I don't know if I can do 16 holes of golf with this guy and really not talk. So I dug in deep and I decided, you know what? I'm going to learn more about Lou. I'm going to learn more about his life. I'm going to get him talking about himself and see where that leads. I had a whole career in sales, and that's what you need to do, is to get the prospect to talk about themselves, because people love to talk. Now, Lou wasn't a prospect, but in a way, I guess he was, because I wanted to be his friend. I wanted to meet new people. So in a matter of 15 minutes, I found out that Lou is 90, that Lou is a 10 handicap, and he actually shot a 77 that day. And he told me all about his life and the decisions that he's made since he kind of didn't really leave his career, but the last 20 years. Now, he lost his wife 15 years ago, and that was really sad for him, and that's hard for him. Lou said to me his greatest concern or his greatest regret, or the one thing he's worried about the most, is that he's going to spend the rest of his life by himself, and that's kind of sad. He's not going to have a partner to live the last years of his life. But here's what he's doing. Lou gets up early every day. He exercises 6 days a week. He's either on his bicycle for 15 minutes, and he used to ride on the street but realized he didn't want to fall, so now he sits on a stationary bike. 3 days a week, he lifts weights. He reads a tremendous amount. He has a phone call every morning at 5:30 from his two sons, because he's still actively involved in his business. He's a real estate owner in upstate Vermont. And his kids call him and they talk about everything around the business. They look at the numbers, any problems they have, any successes they've had. And he went on and on about the 6 days a week that he works. And then I said, what do you do on day 7? What do you do on Sunday? And he lit up and he said, Sunday's my favorite day. I get up early, I cook myself some breakfast, read a little bit, and then around 1 o'clock, I cook myself some sauce, some nice sauce for pasta. I make a bowl of pasta. I eat my pasta. It's the only day of the week I'll eat pasta. I have a glass of red wine, and then when that meal's over, I smoke a cigar. So here's this guy, Lou, who in my mind, if you've been watching me for a while, I've always talked about I want to be physically independent at the age of 90. That's Lou. I met my future self. Lou has made all of these decisions about his life so he can be in control of his life. And I talked to him a little bit about, did he run into any trouble doing that? And we talked about some problems that people run into when they enter retirement. There's 3 laws that come into play when you enter retirement, and all of a sudden now you have to make decisions. The first one is a law of entropy. And what that means is things that you have, you need to take care of them or they're going to decline. Now, that's your health, your relationships, your muscles, whatever it might be. So Lou made a lot of decisions every day to continue exercising. He was really concerned about his physical wellness, and he didn't want it to fail. So he used to go to the gym a lot longer when he was in his 60s and 70s, he used to ride his bicycle on the street. He can't do that now, but he's going to the gym. He's building muscle. He's eating right. He's only having 1 glass of wine a week. He's working on his relationships. He builds his relationship with his kids and his grandkids. He's really living the dream that I think we all want to have a dream about in retirement. But he's not letting life be in control of what happens. He's in control. He's making the decisions that he needs to make so that he lives a really fulfilling life. The other law that comes into play is the law of stagnation, or just being comfortable in who you are. If you live a life of comfort, which to me means not exercising, not eating right, just living life as it comes at you, you're going to get yourself in trouble. You cannot sit and watch TV all day long and expect that you're going to get healthy. It just doesn't happen. Your muscles will weaken. Your diet, you'll gain weight. If you don't invest in your relationships, you just get comfortable with your relationship with your wife, or your children, or your best friends, or your small circle of men that you're with. If you just get comfortable and you don't feed them, they're going to go away, and you're going to suffer. And they're frankly going to suffer too. You know, it's just as important, I think, for us to feed ourselves as it is to feed other people. When you can go throughout your day and have an influence on some of your friends to get out of your comfort zone, they feel better. They feel good about being around you. They want to be around you because you're feeding them. This whole idea of living in your comfort zone, it didn't work during your career, and it's not going to work now. You've got to find ways to get out of your comfort zone and do some of the hard things that you need to do. Push yourself. Push yourself to go to the gym. Push yourself to get up early and eat a good breakfast. Push yourself to make 3 phone calls a day to your friends. It really is critical to do that. The third thing at play here is your ability to make sure you're making the right choices every day with your daily habits. Now, you've been following me for a while. You know I get up very early in the morning, and I don't have a morning routine. I have a morning ritual that is constantly evolving, trying to get better at what I do first thing in the morning with my quiet time. And now I read scripture for 20 minutes. Then I eat an apple with some peanut butter. I do some journaling. I'm getting ready to start the day, getting ready to get in the car and go to the gym 5 days a week. So I'm up 3:30, 3:45. And I'm not saying you have to get up at 3:30 or 4:45, but this is a habit that's ingrained in me, and it's part of my ritual in the morning. So get up at the same time every day and have some kind of a habit that you can turn into a ritual, and pay attention to it. You can change it, you can tweak it, you can forget to do it a couple times, but I'm telling you, if you do the same activity for 66 days in a row, and there's science behind this, if you can do the same activity for 66 days in a row, for the average human, it's harder not to do it on day 67 than it is on day 66. So think about that. So what can we do to make sure we're growing and not going backwards? So I talked about some of the forces at play. I talked about things like habits, making sure you're doing that. The first thing you want to do is create a clear vision for whatever it is you're thinking about. And Jody and I in Retirement Transform, we have 7 pillars we focus on. Your physical wellness, your mental wellness, your relationships, your spouse-partner relationship, this component we now call active philanthropy. Then there's number 6 is personal growth, and number 7 is your spiritual journey. And no matter where you are in any of these 7, what is your vision? Where do you see yourself now? Take an assessment. Where are you now? Where do you want to be? For me, Lou was like a dream come true when I met him at the golf course. He was my future self. I want to be physically independent at 90. I want to be just like Lou. I saw an example of the end product of the next 23 years, me really focusing on the things that are important. So what's your vision? Because your vision is going to drive your daily activities. So that's number 2. You want to keep track of your daily activities. Now, I go to the gym every morning at 4:45, 5 days a week, because I want to be physically and independent at the age of 90. So what are some activities that you can do throughout the day to make sure that you're doing what you need to do to fulfill that vision for yourself? You know, again, I talked a little bit about your comfort zone. You want to challenge yourself to get out of your comfort zone. I was in sales for 38 years in my career, and you read all these books and you study all of this. It's all about getting out of your comfort zone. I started my career at the age of 21 cold calling on businesses in strip malls, trying to get them to buy insurance from me. And it was hard and it was awful and it was just the worst thing ever, getting doors shut in your face. But I got out of my comfort zone and I grew. So you want to start doing some things that are outside your normal comfort zone. Listen, if you're not exercising now, or you think you're watching too much TV, you're drinking too much alcohol, make the change. Drink less alcohol. Get up from the couch and walk for 10 minutes in between TV shows. Don't grab that bag of potato chips. Wean yourself off of unhealthy food. The other thing you really want to do, surround yourself with people that are like you, that want to grow. Don't limit yourself to just hanging around people that want to watch TV all day long. I know this is hard and I'm not judging it all. It's just that if you're not growing, you're declining. And you're not going to grow if you're sitting around watching TV all day long. So you really need to think about that. The other thing you want to do is you want to take ownership of your choices. What choices are you making that are hurtful or helpful in your growth? And you've got to say, you know what? I didn't do well today. I ate too much. I didn't eat right. I didn't exercise. That's okay. Get back into check. Think about the activities you need to do to create your vision. That's what you need to do in order to keep growing and not declining. Watch this video next. Unlock your dream habits for the ultimate retirement. You're going to love this one to give you a good jump start on what to do first to really build some good activities and habits in your life.